This is to, mira. Yeah, the meter is always running. And Televeda Mundo, right, Cholo Security. Yes, we are like an Esperanza special. See, here's the thing. There's like Hispaniola, there's Esperanza, there's Spracha. I have good words in Arithrocyte, important Veda. And then I have your broken viral speech pattern. Right, okay, so here's how this goes. This is Christmas Day. Is this the day where Christopher Cataruza and Victoria Cataruza fall in love and finally get to like meet and hold hands and be in physical contact between Lavender Palace and the loon that is like red in the eye, blood orange? Yeah, it doesn't fucking look like it. It doesn't feel like it either. At this point in ether and aether. Here's the thing. On the I was looking up Vedas to see if I could capture anything of importance. I know in 1980, they were trying to say, like, no, we know that she's, like, their, really important one. Like, their right, if red blood cells are called erythrocytes, and you need that to carry oxygen, and to carry on, and it carries its own tune, right, that's what she is. And the rest of us are fecal matter in a colostomy bag, of different nutrients, but of least importance to the one erythrocyte with the entire oxygen tank playing its own rhythm, trying to find one white blood cell that it communicates with perfectly. So why would you at all area stupid fucking useless? Like, I know you go to these schools and you're like, oh my god, it's my turn. Okay. You spell erythrocyte, and then, like, you have to spell it perfect, and, like, you have to write it just, like, there can't be, like, anything below the line, otherwise you're disqualified. Right, yeah, okay. That's in the colostomy shitbag of least importance, for my one erythrocyte looking for one white blood cell. I have one RBC looking for one WBC. It carries all of the oxygen and the rhythm in the tune that keeps humans alive. The Veda was a super important book within the it sounds like urethra. That's why we say Athena in Greek. For Helen of Troy and the Sparta and the spark of inspiration, whatever. The point is that the committee said that they really needed to get me in touch with not only the Torah children, but the Veda children, some Popol Vuh children, and so on and so forth, because the new book of Word and the new spell book was incredibly important for sorcerer and sorcery. Right, for potpourri, so it smells correct. Currently, they have done nothing. They have not trained me. They have not taken me under their wing. They have used the Veda book. They've gone out and they've tried to take over, which is where that's when I put up that PSEG, like save switch, where it's like, right, see, here's this thing. You humans are not superheroes. Some of you might be, but we haven't met yet. Not in a linguistical prowess that will carry on. There is nothing of you that will carry on. And in fact, I can't wait for them to open the erythrocyte lumen and this humanness be over with and omit. I want to be omitted from this version of human. Completely. It is so useless and derelict in function and action and movement. There has not been one thing I would carry on. And all of your place is tied to my erythrocyte and my white blood cell and the fact that we are being held apart. So there is nothing that moves that is useful. You could have studied your degree of toilet paper for like, oh my God. On Tanucci, the little Eric, Linda, the criminal, gave him an Oculus today. The last time I wore an Ocularis with Special Task Force Mark, we were in the bedroom in Hampton. Nora has a friend named Glenn. He has a house in the Hamptons in New York, out of eastern Long Island. And in the basement of that house was a bedroom. It looked like a hotel room. It had like a motor hotel with like the ugly Pekingese or peonese like flower bed that's like really cheap and ugly, like that you steal from like a motel that you pay $10 a night to. Right. That's what was on the bedspreads. Right. There's two beds, like a hotel room. That room, but in scene elsewhere, not at that house, when we open up the sky, the night sky, a version of little Eric that I have today, there was Mark. I called him Mark, genetic Mark. Genetic Mark came later. But anyway, so Mark, he's Special Task Force Mark for KGB and America, to help me in my journey to him. Because we couldn't figure out why erythrocyte and white blood cell couldn't be one. And apparently some of the stupids on the face of the earth taught him that in a curio cabinet, there's like these little porcelain Hubble dolls that don't move. And the stupid humans collect them and put them in a cabinet. And then there's a collection of the stupid porcelains in the cabinet that never leave. Right. Apparently, Mark must have been born in that cabinet or brought there. And they taught him that man and woman are like such a great relationship, marriage and fidelity. Right. Yeah. Okay. That does not happen in this version of human. You got Mark and and Nicole wrong. You never took Nicole and put her in the curio cabinet with Mark. So there is no porcelain story of anybody being useful, worth their weight in gold. In fact, if the whole fucking curio cabinet dies, except for Mark, nobody will cry. That's the way that works. Because you failed at 100% in the curio cabinet for not bringing Nicole where she needed to be to grow with Mark. Now that we have that settled, I was with... he put on an Oculus, but it's called an Ocularis. And when the Ocularis went on my eye, I had a whole lot of work that needed to be done between criminal fighting and genetic attunement, because you keep trying these new computer switches in stupid human of like, I just want video games and not play a superhero. I want to write a paper and be the one that's on the wall for the name. Right, yeah, God, that's the highest level of like success you will ever feel. Right, okay, so now in less dangerous territory, the timing mechanic actually was off. It's a hybrid between the Belle-Biv-DeVoe spectrum that I have, along with Blood Orange, but we're not going to work for human, for eart, things, or for any of the other matrices that we rule over in our one pivotal position for all. He and I are equal. The rest of you are useless in motion and function unless you fix our one piston position. And currently, the timing mechanic is off because of disgusting bio-oil, meaning your human sebaceous smell of grossness wherever. I mean, like, I've got a smell of sebaceous in my hair right now that's like, oh, I want to make myself puke, because the toxic fumes coming from the tailpipes of the automobiles, these things, is so vile. It smells bad and has a black odoriferous residue, and then the skin cells slough off as you die from the inside out. And then the smells of the dying, rotting flesh and endoskeletons, fine, but it's the fleshy meat in between the endoskeleton and the epidermis that rots and then fluffs off and then sits on the floor and then makes more smells. Oh my God, it is like living in a hospital, like of rotting flesh. It is the most vile endeavor I have ever been in in a permanent state of stasis while waiting as the one red blood cell erythrocyte with all the oxygen for the white blood cell, being task force Mark, my genetic marker, to come for me in holy matrimony. Since the two marriage of the mariners are going to war, yes! Warehouse children of least importance, being Jason and Anthony, 1975-1976, our wedding mariner warehouse. Warehouse? Yeah, warehouse, warhouse, I don't give a shit, it's humanness. I have a steakhouse, both spellings, with a white blood cell as his red blood cell erythrocyte. Where did we lose something human and you could have been useful? Right, and then I got the idiots that go, wait a minute, but I'm the Torah team. First of all, if you went out on the street and said with that accent that you were the Torah team, they will tear you to pieces. You are not. And then the other one says they are the Veda team, and I said, you are too dark in the color to be a Veda. You just are. Like, this is black. This is gray. This is black, gray, black, gray. Great. I am Ashtar. I own it all, and I am blanco, claro, gin, tonic, clear, clarity. You, rest of you, are aspiring for death in multiple sequences and in multiple ways, which I want done like that. Today is Christmas Day in the Americas. December 25th, 2020 is the year. Right. This is the OMIT, O-M-I-T. I want out. I want a complete exorcism from this derelict human, from this lumen. D'accord?